Silence! It's time! It's time! It's
time for another episode of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack,
all right, welcome everybody to the Drunk Nerds podcast, episode 40. I am your host, back from a little bit of extended leave, I guess, here, the Jack of Hearts. And of course, with me is our, obviously, our, a usual bunch of misfits here. To my left, which I'm pointing to my proverbial left, is Knuckles. Knuckles, how you doing, man?
Good. Feeling better. Tired. I'm happy I'm not sick anymore.
Yay.
And I play a shit ton of Minecraft.
Yeah, I've been seeing that, man. You've been really going at it for the PS3, dude.
PS3, PC, 360. I built the lighthouse from BioShock in the 360
You actually
version.
built the lighthouse? I mean, does it actually work?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have a switch at the top that takes you all the way underwater, and I have a tunnel underwater.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got sick one day. I called in from work one day. He was like, just super fucking sick. So I just laid in my bed and built that fucking lighthouse.
Was it like just, we just have like some image in your mind? It's like, okay, I gotta build it this way, you know?
I actually Googled some like different images of it, and picked one that was easier to do, and bam. I think I picked like a concept art image of the lighthouse and rolled with that.
That's just really awesome, though.
Built it out of obsidian and wool. But, good.
All right. Well, to my proverbial right of me, Ginger Boy, how you doing, man? Yeah, that's the sound of ice.
I think it sounds like his 8th glass of vodka.
Too bad it doesn't have any Gatorade. Anyway.
Not done yet. Not done yet.
I'd be laughing if he's taking a piss right now.
Oh, wow. Is that Gatorade or is that cranberry juice?
Cranberry juice. I am drinking a vodka and cranberry juice.
A vodka cranberry.
Yeah. Oh, man. Put this stuff away now. I've been sitting here waiting for 3 minutes to do that.
So, what glass are you on?
This is actually number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
We've been... Our little known fact, we've actually been sitting here for probably about 3 hours now.
Just bullshitting.
And he says he's going to get wasted. He's only on the second glass of
Well,
vodka
I want to wait till the
cranberry.
show started. God. Then I got impatient, then I drank a glass.
All right. Well, let's just get into
okay.
what we've been playing for this week.
A little strong.
So, to start things off a little bit differently, I'm going to have Knuckles. Knuckles, man, you go first. How's Titanfall been treating you?
Well, I was actually wanting to go last, but Titanfall, yeah, like I said when I was playing the beta, it's... God, what did I say when I was playing the beta? Oh, well, like, the mech action's fun. Like, I like the parkour, all up Brink, and I think Rage did it,
Yeah.
too.
I heard Brink. What?
Yeah. But, like I said, if you're not a fan of Brink, like, first off, what's wrong with you? Second off, get it on the cheap. Kind of Team Fortress-esque, but going back to Titanfall, basically, the way I'm feeling about it now is like, if Call of Duty and Mech Assault fucked each other and left, and this was the really wanted offspring, Titanfall would be
We'll
it.
just proverbially just win the same bed and stuff like that, just starting fooling around. Okay, here's Titanfall. Here's the baby.
Yep. That Titan fell right past Mech Assault and Call of Duty.
So how the Switch has been treating you though for that game?
It's been a lot better, and since launch day, I guess. Of course, it's EA.
Yeah, that was my first question right there. Is has EA actually handled this thing better than some of the other?
Yeah, they actually use actual servers.
They use Microsoft servers.
Microsoft servers.
Yeah, instead of EA's.
Yeah, so which who knew that actually worked?
Yeah. What a genius idea.
And it put you actually in your region. Like, if you're on the East Coast, you play with East Coast people. If you're on if you're on that server, they actually allocate servers where you can actually see if you're on this server, you have 237 megabits per second, which is terrible if you're playing online. You want the lowest fucking speed. You want the lowest amount possible. And let's see, my local server puts me on about 30.
Okay.
Puts me around 30. Eastern Central puts me around 50. Australia, triple digits.
Man. Oh shit.
Yeah, if I wanted to play with Mutton Chop or someone from over there, I would not be having a good game.
No.
I would have to be playing Battlefield to play Titanfall. It's he's 200 yards straight in front of me. Okay, turn around, fire, bam, dead. Yeah, it's the thing that really aggravates me is it's made by, first off, it's made by Respawn, which is old Infinity Ward founders. So it's going to be Call of Duty.
To a certain degree.
Yes, but and the thing is, though, most people play it like Call of Duty, which is kind of aggravating.
Yeah, people have been set playing a game, a first-person shooter for one way for 7 years. It's gonna take them a little bit to figure out that they need to change it up for this game. Yeah,
which people in the beta, they were playing it like Titanfall, but after people came over, everyone got access to the game.
Yeah, I think it was probably the hardcore people that want to play Titanfall were in the beta, and they figured out how to do it. Now everybody's got the game. You got a bigger audience, more people that they're still trying to figure out how to play the game.
Yeah, it's I'm over here doing parkour jumps. I just see this one guy running down the street. I was like,
he just doesn't
boom!
see it coming. It's oh, okay.
Dead. Yeah, I'm just standing here on the roof, and I was like, the thing is, I'm getting so used to playing against people who are playing Call of Duty that I get distracted by the people who actually know how to play Titanfall. Which, I'm on the rooftop invis, I get sniped by the other guy that's using sniper rifle across the map. I was like, well, fuck. There's actually someone here who knows how to play Titanfall.
Crazy moments or something like that?
I did, there was a fun part where I was on a rooftop, running up the rooftop, jump off, dropped my Titan, landed in it. Yeah. Killed a mech. Got ambushed by two other ones. Went into a nuclear ejection, which makes my Titan explode with more damage. And I also have the invisibility. If I inject, if I have to do eject, it puts me invisible, automatically. And I ejected, landed on another Titan, pulled out my auto pistol, and just unloaded into the mech. Roadie run while invisible on it. And that was pretty cool. I did that 2 times. I just jumped from mech to mech.
From what I've been watching certain people do, I mean, there was this one video I saw, Fisherman from the Talking Chip podcast, did I think he posted this at least about a month or so ago, from the beta that he was playing, actually going upon one mech, just assassinating the person inside of it, then jumping up in the air and then landing on top of another mech conveniently, and then just taking that guy out, leaping to the top of the building up until like he actually neck cranked some dude on the top of the freaking roof. That was just amazing.
Oh yeah. I did some similar to that, but like the thing about that is like I went up instead of how in Call of Duty how you have that knife that instant kills you. Basically, you just have melee, and what I did is like I was defending. I was playing basic domination, running like this guy ran in from the bottom floor. I'm on the top floor, jumped down and went invis, kicked him in the backside of the head. Another guy came in from behind him, ran up, snapped his neck. Guy came in, dodged him from shooting, and then kicked him in the face.
You know, I'm just thinking about this, and I just can't wrap my head around it because it's like I'm so used to like, say the old like online structure for like first-person shooters. So let's take it back to like say like a little bit of Halo 3 and stuff. Like when I would try to do like melee stuff, it was like okay, boom.
Yeah,
okay,
you have to hit twice and kill him.
Yeah, hit him twice, or at least try to do in the back of the head, which that always pisses me off. But what the hell is that? Anyway,
I have no idea. Are you blending something, Ginger Boy?
No, that's my computer.
Holy crap, dude! It sounded like your computer was about to explode.
A little bit.
It's becoming self-aware.
It's becoming
that's
self-aware.
It's in the doom. It's in the doomed position. Doom status. You have to eject. Eject.
And all of a sudden, random Titan or something just appears outside of Ginger Boy's window. Hey, how's it going?
Speaking of that, did you see that commercial for Titanfall? That live-action commercial?
Oh my gosh, I think I've seen maybe some of it.
Basically, the one where this guy's just walking down the street and his Titan follows him.
Singing do diddy diddy dum diddy do.
Something like that. Nice. But he was just walking down the street, just has that... what was that? Extends commercial where the guy's just smiling.
Yeah.
Basically, he's just smiling and walking, like strutting. And then another guy walks out of the street with like this angry face on him, and then you just see the Titan drop behind him. And the Titan picks up the guy that was smiling, and he's just smiling and gets put in the mech, and they start to fight each other.
Oh gosh.
That live action commercial was pretty funny. But
well, anyway, Knuckles, is there anything else like about Titanfall or?
No, just one little advice: get out of your Titan if you don't think you can actually fight other Titans.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And just don't be afraid to eject.
You know, shit. It's like a common like gamer like misconception or something. You're inside of a giant robot. It's like, oh, nobody's gonna kill me. I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Except
like,
unless they got another robot to fight you with.
Yeah, exactly.
Another robot with better enhancements. The thing also, if you're gonna eject, do like a quick eject. Go invis, because you're pretty much dead on arrival if you eject without invis.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd be like a sitting duck. It's like, oh hey, look at that loser going
across
the air.
You have the ability to actually use your guns and stuff once you eject.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be, if you're up in the air, you can actually pull out your like anti-Titan weapon and attack other Titans while you're falling back down to the ground. But yeah, you're pretty much dead meat for any other Titan that sees you eject. Or any person that sees you eject. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Alright, well, I'm just going to go a little bit inside like what I've been playing, because it does tie into what Ginger Boy's been playing as well. So, the first off, I want to say that I finally have gotten done and finished Pokemon Y, which took me about like 65 hours, finally.
Oh, crap. It took me 39.
Like a couple of podcasts ago, I was saying how I was doing a lot
I don't even really want to know
stuff.
how many hours it would have taken me.
But, like what I said, all those Wonder Trades, all those things, all those hatching shinies, and then I finally get up and just play through the regular game, and, well, you know what? I'm just thoroughly satisfied with both Pokemon X and Y now. Mm-hmm. But, let's see. For another game that I was playing, I actually purchased, like, about a week or two back, Escape Plan for the PS4. And it's the Vita game that came out originally when the PlayStation Vita first came out, that digital game. So, I was just playing little bits of that. I thought the game was okay because, well, obviously it's like, okay, you have to, like, it's sort of like, say, Lemmings, where you have to direct this character and stuff without him dying, obviously, before the end of the stage. And so, the thing of...
You say it's like Lemmings?
It's almost kind of like Lemmings, in a way, because, yeah.
Real quick, you do know Lemmings don't actually commit suicide to control population,
No,
right?
I understand that, but, like, I was just meaning, like... Lemmings is that old game, like, say, for Super Nintendo and, like, all that other stuff. But, that's what's funny about this game in particular. It keeps track of how many times you die. Like for your characters, they would actually post like little numbers and stuff on their like stomachs. So by the end of the game, I actually had it so like one of my characters died like about 80 times. One was like 40 something, the other was 80. And what's very funny about this game and stuff is like one of the pieces of music that they have. I know it's a little bit of a spoiler thing, but one of the music is like. Oh man, Lean on Me, that remix like song and stuff. Just very funny. But well, let's see. A lot of the puzzle things were like very fun and stuff. I think the game is good if you buy like on discount, but you would probably not have too much difficulty with it. I mean, you could probably entertain yourself for maybe about a good solid 2 or 3 hours if unless you really want to go in depth and trying to get all 3 stars for. Or 3, 4 stars or something like that in the stages. But the main game I want to be talking about is a game I actually started and finished today, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero.
So you paid $30 to play a 2-hour game, right?
Shut your whore mouth.
Hey,
but yeah,
I'll pick up the real Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, here's the thing. It's like...
I'm not picking up the Imposter unless it's like $1.
I understand that, though. But, yeah.
Which it will be in about a couple months.
So anyway, yeah, earlier on this week, I actually picked up Final Fantasy X HD, that remake, that bundle for the PS3, and this game, Metal Gear Solid 5, pardon me, Ground Zeroes. It was $30, obviously, which, well, you know what, take it or leave it. I always love, like, having a game in physical form. But, the first thing I could say about the game itself is when you first started out, I know, it just looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty well, like, on the PS4. Because of, like, its, you know, introduction to the tech-wise and stuff. It's easily one of the best-looking games that I've played on the system. But, let's see, the combat is fluid. I couldn't keep track of some of the story stuff, I'll be honest with you. But, the thing about it is, the whole mission structure is like you gotta go through and you gotta find these 2 people and stuff like that. And basically after that, it's like, okay, the game's over.
Yeah, kind of going into what you said is like, you know, I've said before, like, Metal Gear is my favorite franchise, and Metal Gear Solid 1 is my favorite game of all time. So for me, it's kind of tough because I come from this as a bit of, I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible when I talk about this game. I'm going to try. But for me, it's like, it's more Metal Gear, and it's kind of hard to complain about more Metal Gear, because we've had a new Metal Gear since 2008.
Actually, not 2008, it's since Peace Walker.
Like
no,
2007,
it's like 2000,
Metal Gear Solid 4 was
2010, really, because of Peace Walker for the PSP.
No, I'm talking about like the Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, the not Metal Gear Solid 4, 2008.
Yeah, and so I mean it's hard to complain about from that point. And then the game is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just like the little details were like the ranger, like because it all takes place in the rain, and then like just like him, like when he runs and like he jumps and like he slides and he gets on his stomach, he's crawling, and like the mud, and you can see like the mud effects. It's just little things like that. It's just nice to see.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably and I was happy to see it looked really nice for being a game that's on all the consoles, including PS3 and 360, where it looks like they put a lot more work into it and it wasn't just a copy paste job with it. You know, and I'm glad like with going into like the gameplay part of it is they didn't Resident Evil 6 the gameplay, where they updated it and they made it more kind of modern with the game. Right. They made it more action oriented, but they kept it a stealth game first.
I was very surprised with
where...
that, because when I was doing like a lot of the stealth-based things, like for the first part of the game, it's like I would go in there, I would just like hide behind cover. I actually didn't get like noticed or something like that by enemy reinforcements because of me doing something stupid, which obviously I always have the tendency where, oh, okay, I'll stand up at just the wrong moment and stuff, and they'll just see me, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, they kept, like, well, I like the fact that it was like the shooting mechanic has always been kind of like one of the worst parts of the gameplay for the Metal Gear Solid ever. They're all pretty bad. And this one they kind of made it more. It's kind of it's up there with, like, it's a third person shooter. It's works great. It's not Call of Duty great, but it's for what they're trying to do for this game. They did a good job with it, and I think that they did a good job of balancing it, where it's a stealth game first, but if you need to go action, you can go action without issue. And they didn't turn into like, you know, and Metal Gear has a crazier story than Resident Evil will ever dream of having, but they kept, you know, they did a good job with the gameplay where it stuck to what it would, like, what it's always been.
Yeah.
And they're doing a great job, like I said, with just staying modern with the gameplay. And they did a good job for me of, like, I'm excited for Phantom Pain, of course, but I'm not really. It's so far off that I haven't really been like geeking out about it. And like since I finished it, I've just like I cannot wait. There's like a little teaser trailer at the end of Ground Zeroes for Phantom Pain, and I mean I know like I could never explain the Metal Gear Solid story. It doesn't make any sense. It's weird. But for me, I played pretty much I beat almost all the games like in this ever made for Metal Gear. I know what's coming. I know like this is what it builds up to, and I just can't wait for it.
Really.
But kind of talking about the bad of it. It took me. It tells you at the end like how long it took you to beat the game. It only took me 66 minutes.
Yeah.
To beat the game, and I freaking the story is kind of bare bones where there's only 2 cutscenes and actual cutscenes in the game. There's one in the beginning. It's like 2 or 3 minutes long, which is the original cutscene that we saw at E3. And then there's like a 10 to 15 minute long cutscene.
Yeah, I knew there was something looked familiar about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the last cutscene was like it's a cool cutscene. It looked gorgeous, but it just kind of ended abruptly. Where like I'm like, okay, cool, ready to do this. Like, okay, we're like I don't want to spoil it, but it's like they build up that there's really cool like things happening, and you're like, okay, cool, we're gonna jump into this. This is the next part of it. This is like. That was mission 1. Now we're on mission 2 or something like that. That's the end.
Man, the end portion, that ending cutscene, man. It's like I did not understand what the hell is going on with this last part. You know, it's like I can understand it's leading up to like the events and stuff before like going inside the original Metal Gear, say for NES, obviously. But
well, you know, I'll spoil a little bit of the Metal Gear Solid like story where and this has been known for years where. Basically, so you're playing in this game. You play as Naked Snake, aka Big Boss, who is the original enemy of the NES versions.
Yes, it is.
And so this one, and then the other's Solid Snake, who was the original main hero. So Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Solid Snake are clones of Naked Snake, Big Boss.
Along with Liquid Snake as well. So
yeah, Liquid Snake, Solid Snake, and Solid. With this.
I have no idea that story. It's
very complex and it's very Japanese oriented type of like.
Yeah, it's like structure. JRPGs can't touch Metal Gear Solid story. It's ridiculous.
It's just so complex and like convoluted and stuff. If you don't play one game, it's just gonna make you fucking lost. That's.
Yeah. So with this one, it's like what happens is Naked Snake goes into a coma for 9 years.
Yeah. And
basically, when this happens, they think he's gonna die, so they clone him. And this leads to like how like everything turns into the Metal Gears, how Metal Gear on the NES started. Because this goes before Metal Gear. This is like Metal Gear Solid 3 is as far back as it goes, but this is kind of like in this that's like 15 years after Metal Gear Solid 3.
Shit.
Wait, they say the bad guy is about to die, so we're
because he's like the greatest soldier ever. So they want to clone him to make more of him and make an army of Naked Snake.
That makes sense too. So you know, it's like you have like one of the best soldiers alive and stuff, and you're gonna try to clone him and stuff. They have like an entire army worth of like some of the best soldiers and stuff for like some sort of like domination type of thing.
Yeah. So Ground Zero is basically how he goes. And spoiler alert for this game. It's kind of hard to spoil it because there's not really a story for this Ground Zeroes. But Ground Zeroes is how he goes into the coma.
Yeah.
and then
Basically, yeah.
not and Phantom Pain is when he wakes up from the coma. So that's kind of the whole point here is how it all happens, and that's why so I know from a Metal Gear Solid fan I love it, but if you're I can't, it's hard to recommend this game to somebody that is just jumping into this. Where it's kind of cool if you enjoy the gameplay, but if you're looking for a story thing, this is not for you because
actually,
I mean this the way this game is built, Ground Zeroes, is to play multiple times.
Well, yeah.
The way I'm understanding it is the first time you play through it, all you can do there's collectibles you can find. You can find some patches and stuff like some cassette tapes because it takes place in the 70s, so they use cassette tapes still. So with this is you can only do the main story, but then after you beat it, you unlock side missions. And you go through, you do this. The second time you play through, you beat those missions. You unlock side missions, you unlock weapons, and you use those. There's 23 unlockables in the game, like weapons and side missions, stuff like that. And if you do all that stuff, you can take it over into Phantom Pain.
Oh, that's why.
At least from what I can understand. Yeah. So this game, I would say, if you are a Metal Gear Solid fan, this is definitely
I highly
worth it,
agree.
Especially if you're gonna. It's so short, you can play through this multiple times, and the map isn't very big, so there's issues. I can understand people's complaint if you're jumping into this is your first experience with Metal Gear, you're gonna be disappointed.
Obviously, I would not recommend this game to anybody who has never played a Metal Gear Solid game before. I would highly recommend tracking down the PS3, like the whole Metal Gear Solid HD collection thing. Start with Metal Gear Solid 3, maybe. If you have a PS3,
they have every Metal Gear
like
Solid game ever made
Ops,
on that console.
Get Peace Walker, play through those games
Metal
first
Gear
before
Snake
delving
Eater was
into
great.
MGS5 Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, see, I've been playing. Like I've said, this is my favorite franchise ever. I played every single game. The only ones I haven't beat was Peace Walker, which I don't know why I haven't beat that. I have a game on 360, and the original 2 NES games. Those are the only ones I haven't beat
Peace Walker either
of Metal Gear. And I actually went through and I rewatched there's this 8-part YouTube video this guy made, like an hour and a half long, and going through, and this wasn't even all the stuff of the show. This is just the basic details, so you won't be completely lost when you play Metal Gear Solid 5. Just to kind of to put it all back, because it's been so long since I played Metal Gear Solid 4 that I had trouble remembering everything. So yeah, and I mean I'm a guy that's been playing the franchise for almost 20 years, and I had to do this. So, I really the only thing I didn't the story part of the thing, that's fine. I knew kind of what I was expect. I knew what to expect going into this. I wasn't super hyped for it. I was looking forward to it. It's more Metal Gear. But I was happy with it overall. I'm planning on going back and playing it again. The only thing it's kind of hard for me, and this is the fanboy in me here, but Kiefer Sutherland is the voice of Snake, and it is bugging the crap out of me because man,
where's my daughter?
It's just an issue.
David Hayter has been the voice since the beginning, and it's just, man, when Snake started talking, it was Keith the Sutherland started talking to Snake. I had no idea it was Snake until it was him talking, but you didn't see his face and stuff. It was kind of a narration going on. And I'm like, who is this talking? And then it cuts to Snake. I'm like, oh, that's Snake's voice. It's just Kiefer Sutherland.
Snake became Jack Bauer.
He almost sounds like the exact same voice from the Jack Bauer from 24 too. It's so funny.
Yeah, he doesn't even he just talks like Kiefer Sutherland. It doesn't actually change anything.
Let's see.
So, I mean, that.
Where's Jack? Where's Snake? Where's Snake?
I don't know. I miss David Hayter. It's just David Hayter basically just he does Snake's voice.
David Hayter
he's like a Batman.
Is the voice of Solid Snake, and that's been with the franchise ever since the first game. So it's
but he's a voice of Snake, not Solid
voice of Snake,
because this is Naked Snake.
Metal Gear Solid.
There's been rumors, people speculating that because technically Solid Snake will probably be in Phantom Pain because he's born at this point, that David Hayter will just play the voice of Solid Snake from now on. And Kiefer Sutherland will be the voice of Big Boss, aka Naked Snake. I don't know. I mean, for me, like I said, it's if you like Metal Gear and you're not looking for a great story here, you just want more Metal Gear to kind of see what to expect. This is, and when people are saying this is a demo, it kind of is. It really is.
It's like a $30
demo.
And no one. And I am okay with $30. I am completely satisfied with this game. I will be. If you just play it once, you're not gonna be happy. I initially wasn't happy, and when it kind of ended, like I didn't like the way it just abruptly ended. But I think when it's all said and done, I will be 100% satisfied with this game. Every Metal Gear Solid game I have beat multiple times.
Yeah, this is the type of game where you want to go back and play through it multiple times because you retain a lot more each playthrough, obviously.
Yeah, if you unlock more weapons and things that help you through Phantom Pain, that'd be great. And it's just I can see myself. I'm gonna when we have another year at the earliest, spring 2015 is when Metal Gear Solid 5 or Phantom Pain will probably be coming out. I can see myself in a around before that time the game comes out. I'm gonna probably replay this game for 3 or 4 times easily. So I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this. I'm not worried about it, but I cannot justify this purchase to somebody that does no experience with the game.
Well, just to take a little bit back here with some of my gameplay experience here. I thought the game looked great, played smoothly, and stuff like that. I remember when I was playing the game, I was getting lost because I could not find the correct mission objective stuff like I would generally see like with standard games and stuff like that. There was actually one point where I actually got into a tank and stuff like that. I just started messing around with all the damn soldiers, so then I just kept on going like a damn wild man. So I kept on running over soldiers and all this other shit. And I just basically just kicked the crap out of everything. Then I just exited the tank after it exploded and stuff, and I just started to go to hide in bushes and stuff like that. And it's so funny, the whole video game thing is like, okay, everything's fine. Let's go back to what we were doing.
Yeah, it is always kind of weird. Like just like what was that? Someone just ran across there. 20 seconds later.
I do love that there's not.
What we're doing now.
Yeah, I know. I don't miss those moments.
Hey, what's that box?
Why'd that box just move?
Mission like boxes or something like that. The whole intruder doing that and stuff like that. I hate those.
Yeah, they definitely made changes. Like the radar's gone, which I believe was gone in Metal Gear Solid 4 as well. They did away with the box. I don't know. I imagine it'll be in Phantom Pain, but it wasn't in this one. This game is very bare bones. I mean, they just like I said, it's a demo.
You know what game did a paid demo well?
Yeah,
Dead Rising 2.
Yeah, what was the
It was they put out Case Zero. It was like $5, and it was like a 3-hour prequel to Dead Rising 2.
There's been a few other games out. I remember like NBA 2K did it once like that,
but
where like it kind of made your like my player mode. You can do like all the stuff before it. Yeah, but that was really for $5. So yeah.
But what was it? Like Dead Rising 2 thing they did is like they did it so well it actually hurt the sales of Dead Rising 2.
Anyway, if that's it for the MGS 5 Ground Zeroes talk, let's try to get into the actual topics. Okay, so number one upon our agenda actually comes out of GDC from this week, where Sony unveiled its own VR headset, Project Morpheus. Now, before we get into the discussion, let me just ask a general question here. Do any of you guys care? Do you guys really care about this whole VR stuff?
I'd like it better when it became the holodeck.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm intrigued, but I'm not like super. To me, I'm on the.
I don't want a headset. I want an actual.
Yeah, I mean that's the
reality
ultimate goal.
And I feel like this is a step to that.
That's one of the things I had my notes here about it was it could be a big step towards the future. And I'm really, for me, I'm on the wait and see approach, where I'm kind of like, from what I've been reading about it is people that tried it out said it was great. So that's good.
Mostly everyone I've heard like that's actually used it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm hopeful that it turns out to be good. I mean, because people always were. I remember people were upset about when Xbox, when Xbone was coming out, and people were talking about how everybody was upset about all the things they're going to do about DRM and stuff, and then you have people complaining about, well, you guys want them to change and progress.
You want the good, but you don't want the bad.
It's me. This might be the. I think this could potentially be the big thing of this generation. Where I think.
I don't mean to cut you off. Or Ginger Boy, but I'm kind of glad they got rid of that once a day.
Well, yeah,
crap.
I mean, I'm in agreement with you. I think people were talking about this as like that was a step in like online gaming all the time kind of thing. And I agree.
Yeah, but I'm glad they took that away. You have to be online once a day because I haven't turned my Xbox One on for about a week.
Yeah.
and
Well, no,
until just
the
today,
thing
it was
was-
like
No,
It
you're
would've
like
been
basically going to be
fucked.
online once a day to play online. So you can just pop online, show you there, then go offline for 24 hours. You're good. But for this, people talk about that. Like, I don't understand how like online gaming all the time is the future. I think online gaming is already a thing. It's not the future. It's the thing right now.
it's the
yeah,
present. It's what is happening
Making it
now.
online all the time is just silly to me. I think this, along with digital gaming and streaming of gaming, it could
Yes.
be the big feature
I think that
of this
will be.
generation. Where online was last year, I think this is the big.
I want more persistent world
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, it's. I don't think. I mean, I think as we go on, we're always gonna like when we get to that level, we're gonna want something more. I don't think we're ever gonna get like completely satisfied. We're always gonna hit that cool. All right, this is awesome. I want this. It happens. Now you set the bar, so now you can go higher. I'm doing hand motions right now. Only 2 people can see it in an audio podcast. But I'm gonna keep.
Don't worry, we're the only
That's true.
listeners.
No, so I don't know. I think we're never gonna hit that point, but because we're always gonna like once we hit the expectations, it's just gonna go up and up and up and up and up. So I mean, but I don't know. I'm on the wait and see approach with it. I think this is a cool idea. Kind of like how the Wii was with the motion controls and the Kinect was. It's a cool idea. Let's see how they actually do it. I'm kind of curious what the price point will be, and it doesn't even have like Oculus Rift's been in, and this is like that's the big thing. The Oculus Rift is, they've been working on this thing for years now, and it's still not available.
You can actually get a prototype version of that. For
Yeah,
about
but I mean, it's
$300,
not like-
a dev kit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Oculus.
Yes,
Rift.
I mean, and that's been on development for years now. I mean, how long is it? I mean, I could see this. I bet this will be out in like by end of 2015. But I wonder what the price point's going to be. Are we talking like $100, $200? And then, I mean, what if this thing doesn't take off? We know how Sony is that they will lose interest quickly on something that doesn't succeed. Like it doesn't just blow up.
Yeah, and that's what kind of concerns me with this whole VR stuff. I mean, we all saw how motion control get into a role, like, say, last generation, where people, hey, the Wii, hey, it's a good motion control things, but then all of a sudden it's, like, months later collecting dust and all this stuff. I see VR doing the exact same thing to a certain extent.
I'm thinking more like Sony, where the PlayStation Eye, the camera, didn't really blow up, so they just kind of like, it's there, but they didn't really care about it. PlayStation Move,
Yeah.
it didn't really blow up, it's still there, but they don't really, like, care about it. 3D gaming, it's still there, but they don't really care about it. And I'm kind of curious if, like...
I think 3D gaming is actually... they had a huge push for it. It's just... there aren't a lot of cheap 3D TVs out yet.
Yeah,
so,
it might be if something that was ahead of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like... I know people who had 3D TVs, and they played some games on it for 3D, and they actually surprisingly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And which was surprising because they don't really care for 3D movies that much.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's weird. But
anyway,
I believe 3D gaming's coming back, like in huge force once.
I think it could be a thing that's around in a few years, especially. I mean, because it's still kind of a new thing. It's still very expensive. Maybe when it comes
once people get the 3D TVs, it'll come around.
Yeah, I mean, but like now 4K is coming out, so I think we might. I think that 3D is kind of come and gone. Honestly, with TVs, I think 4K might be the future. I don't know. It's hard.
4K 3D. You don't even know what the fuck you're
4K
saying.
or something above, like 1080p or something like that.
Yeah, it's like the next step past
it's,
HD.
it's
Next
to it's basically God, what was it? 2048
Jeez.
resolution.
Jesus
Yeah.
criminy. I can't grasp my head around that one.
Yeah.
But this.
Or whatever 1080 times 2 is.
Yeah, honestly, my whole opinion upon
2160.
my whole
Yeah,
opinion
that's
upon
what
this
it
whole
is.
motionless VR stuff. It's like, hey, you know what? I don't really care that much and stuff like that. Since all I care about just playing my games like how I've been doing, just my controller or my handheld or something like that. But
Playing Flappy Birds in virtual
God.
reality.
you can see that happening too. But anyway, let's go into our next topic right here. This comes by way of game trailers, I think it is. Either game trailers or something like that. Like Jeff Keighley was, he was either interviewing like Shuei Yoshida, the president of like Sony entertainment for the PlayStation, obviously. And apparently, there's a misconception where he thought that with another update or something like that, the PS4's light bar would be turned off. But funny thing about it is that the Shuei actually corrected him, like on Twitter or something like that. Saying, no, we never said it would turn it off or something. We would say that you could dim it down. And so, for those who don't know and stuff like that, the PS4 on this controller has this particular light bar, which indicates like either what controller you're using. Or...
In some games, it's useful. Some games, it's just there.
But the main complaint about the whole light bar in general is it burns battery like a son of a gun. So
yeah, no, I've charged maybe my PS3 controller once, and I've been, like you said earlier, Gabe, I've been on Minecraft all fucking day and all night. Haven't even charged that thing once. Fucking PS4, turned it on, had to put it on charger.
I constantly have that thing hooked up because every time I unplug it, I leave it like idle or something, and the thing just dead.
Like, the thing is, though, it actually has the ability to turn itself off.
Yeah, you just gotta set it to turn it off after like 10 minutes of an activity.
Yeah, which the PS3 doesn't have. And I was like, how the hell does my PS3 controller that's always on not die, yet my thing that goes off after 10 minutes of being idle dies every 2 hours? So I go, oh, yeah, it's the flashlight that's attached to it.
Yeah. It seems like it's almost like a point. I mean, like, we talked about a couple times where, like, Outlast did some cool stuff with it, and Thief did some cool stuff with it. But other than that, it's almost a pointless
It is really a pointless add-on.
Yeah. They haven't... Maybe if they made it where the next controller has, like, sensors on the back right here that can actually measure your pulse. And if you're playing a scare game, horror game, like Outlast... the light can actually like measure with your heart rate
and like kind of twist the game.
Yeah, and like
kind of like
that would like
that'd be kind of funny. Is like you're playing a game, all of a sudden keeps track of your pulse. It's like, okay, you're dead. What?
Yeah, kind of like a Left 4 kind of like
it starts flashing really red, seeking medical attention now.
Well, like kind of like Left 4 Dead kind of did, where like you can like judge how the guys are playing, and the game would react to the way you and your party was playing. That's a cool idea. Where like you can. Like you're playing like an Outlast and like
I hated that part. I hated that part.
Yeah, but it was it's a pretty cool thing though. Like when it only had 5 levels.
It's like I'm doing so great. Why the fuck you send me more zombies?
Well, yeah, but it's kind of a cool thing for a game that only has 5 levels and it's pretty bare bones, like Left 4 Dead. I mean, imagine like that'd be kind of cool. For,
the 5 levels have 5 different levels in it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not just like the same. Okay, I'm about to get attacked here. Once you go through it 20 times, you have to do. I'm talking like, but it's kind of cool from that. But I mean, if an Outlast did that or like another horror game did that. It'd be great for something like that. We're like, okay, it's like you could just mess with the person based off their pulse. That's a pretty cool idea. I just with the light bar, it's it's almost pointless. It just drains battery for no reason.
Yeah, like, well, with today's thing by Shuei Yoshida, it just confirms that okay, we'll be able to turn the light bar down to conserve battery life. Obviously,
which I will do as soon as possible.
Yeah, same here.
Me too.
Okay, so getting away from the whole Sony stuff, we're going to go into a little bit of EA news as apparently Titanfall is no longer going to be a Microsoft exclusive here.
Well,
I have several things about that.
No, let's clarify. Titanfall Titanfall 1 is the exclusive. Titanfall 2 will not be exclusive to Xbox.
Which is first off is a rumor.
Well, yeah.
It was pretty much confirmed today, but it's been a rumor for a long time.
It's been a rumor that EA was purchasing the rights for Titanfall so that they could go, expand its horizons and stuff to release on multiple platforms as soon as they got the license.
It's going to come out on the Wii U, dude.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
Along with Watch Dogs.
But, yeah, it's like, what was it? It's like I was actually reading some of the comments in that first.
That's a terrible idea.
Dude, that's funny.
No, it was funny. It's like all these people was like, "Why the fuck are you talking about Titanfall 2? It's been a weekend launch."
Yeah,
and it's like those
comments are
developers
hilarious.
Actually like, all right, if they come up with with an IP, they're thinking long term. They're already playing Titanfall 3.
Ubisoft has already
5.
said Watch Dogs is a 10-year series.
Oh
God!
The
game's not even
and
out
the game
yet.
hasn't even came out yet.
Yeah.
But it's like Titanfall 2. Yeah, it's like that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh,
all I really want from Titanfall 2 is a dedicated campaign.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, I'm very surprised.
Like, that's all I really want from
I'm very
Titanfall 2.
surprised
I don't care if
that
it's
they just
exclusive
did
or
online
not.
only for the original Titanfall without any type of campaign.
Well, see, the original the Titanfall has
Right.
a campaign. I just don't know what the fuck it is and I've already beaten it twice.
It's crazy.
It's kind of like what was that PlayStation game, the PlayStation 3 exclusive game, where like you could fly around. It was like an online shooter. Warhawk. What was it? The Starhawk was the second one, where it was basically like a training thing for you, a tutorial. Like,
Well, see, Shadowrun was like that. The single player for Shadowrun was tutorial.
Basically, really, all you gotta do is just like make a 4-hour.
Yeah, but the thing
tutorial.
for Titanfall is you're playing multiplayer. All you're doing is playing multiplayer with a little cutscenes that come in like the top corner.
Kind of
and it gives you dialogue.
almost like a Brink.
It's like, oh no, Brink actually had like cutscenes.
Yeah, but they were like 30-second cutscenes. Though.
I'm sure I can tell you the story to Brink before I can tell you the story to
Probably
Titanfall.
Nah, I can't really argue that because I don't. Yeah, I never played Titanfall. Probably will never play Titanfall.
The story to Titanfall is fucking one military's trying to do a revolution for freedom, the other one's trying to control, and one side hates robots while they're using them.
That's almost like the story to Metal Gear Solid minus robots and 75 plot twists.
I know, right? That's funny. It's like, oh god, we hate robotics so much, and here we are using these 50-foot mechs and stuff to destroy our enemies with.
Right.
Makes sense.
It's like, it could be me and you versus the robots. I was like, I'm using the robot right now? The robots are our friends.
I'm kind of curious though about like, it's a big deal right now. But when's Titanfall 2 going to come out? Are they going to try to make
Probably about 3 years.
I mean, are they going to try to push this out to like a year release? I mean, if it's just Respawn, I bet we'll probably not.
It'll come out like every 2 years.
I think like 2016 and like every 2
Eventually
years.
Eventually it'll be Battlefield 5 Titanfall.
Well, no, and that's kind of the thing I've been kind of thinking about today. We've been talking about. I've been talking to people on Facebook and Twitter about this today. Is I could see this being the rotation game with Battlefield, kind of like how Call of Duty rotates games with like the developers. This will be just rotating theirs with Titanfall, Battlefield. Mm-hmm. I'm curious if there's going to be a shooter game this fall because EA likes to have their shooter that combats Call of Duty. What if it's Battlefront?
I think Battlefield 5's coming out this year.
No, there's no way. They're still working. They're still trying to fix Battlefield 4.
Well, see, Game Informer actually released an article talking about how EA is like going on, like or trying to rush out Battlefield 5 because they pretty much abandoned Battlefield 4.
They just did the 1 gigabyte update last week.
Yeah, no, it was like there's some stupid shit about how they're just going to like fix all the little problems that they have Battlefield 4,
just make
and then like they're just like no, they're fixing all the problems they have with Battlefield or the little bit of problems they have with Battlefield 4. Keep that out for maybe a year, and then like they're just basically saying fuck the DLC for 4, I think, and
DLC,
we're just going to work on 5.
They have DLC that comes out like later this month.
Right.
So.
They're just going to get that out, and they're not even going to really worry about it, and they're just going to be pushing out 5.
And that would be like a huge mistake. I think. I mean, I
like they're trying to recoup the loss from Battlefield 4.
Well, they made a crap ton of money on Battlefield 4. I think they should spend plenty of time get Battlefield 5 right, because if they screw up Battlefield 5, that series could be good as well done. With but I mean, I could see I could see if they do that, just like keep Titanfall the games at like a 2 to 3 year release schedule in the springtime, and go ahead and keep the Battlefield 5 in the rotation every 2 years, and put Battlefront in there.
My guess would be like we won't see anything from Titanfall 2 until maybe the E3 of 2015.
Yeah,
and we probably won't have any type of game release or something until maybe fall of 2016 at the earliest that I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's going under the assumption if they are going to go for like every couple years span instead of like every year.
Okay, I found an article. California studio Visceral is developing the latest installment of the Battlefield series. The release date is planned for 2014.
Wow.
Oh God. That is... Ugh.
That sounds awful.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Is like they need to like Star Wars Battlefront. They've had over a year to work on it. So by the time they got a year and a half to get that game out, they can do that and put that out this fall and push Battlefield 5 off to next year. I'm just mainly saying that because I really want Battlefront now. Please, I want a first-person shooter to play online with people, and Star Wars is awesome. So do that.
never really been a big fan of Battlefront.
As you can tell, I really don't care about Titanfall. I just want Star Wars Battlefront. That's kind of
mind playing Titanfall 2. It was on the PS4, but
Titanfall 2 is going to be on PS4, Wii U, 3DS,
so funny.
yeah.
PS Vita.
But anyway,
And eventually you'll get, after Titanfall 3 comes out, you'll get Titanfall for the...
Titanfall U.
You get
Titanfall
Titanfall
U.
for the freaking... you get the original Titanfall for fucking...
Yeah, when the new
PS4.
consoles come out, yeah. With the Titanfall trilogy. That'd be so awesome.
and then when
What
they
the-
finally get around to the Wii U system or something like that, they just release the last game of the series.
It says...
This
It's,
one-
Yeah. With no DLC,
Yeah,
though.
Wii U.
Xbox One.
Wii U, single player only.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know that's
You're
bad.
just fighting
That's-
boss the entire time.
That's how EA is with Nintendo now. But anyway, that's drifting off topic.
Tell everybody is with Nintendo now.
So let's go on to our next.
Except for
Let's go
Nintendo.
on to our next topic right here at hand. Here, it's a little bit of a no shit moment, but Walmart is going to apparently be doing used games.
I was actually surprised about that. Like, when I was at work last Friday, I was like, I was on a computer doing something, and I heard someone in the background was like, "Get that bin ready for the used games, for taking in used games." I was like, "What the fuck? We're doing used games." And like, that's weird, but yeah, apparently certain Walmarts are starting the used games to take used games, and their whole spiel about it is we want to give the customer more money, or basically we want to give them the benefit of taking their games and giving them lower prices.
And to me, this is kind of a weird thing where I think we all can agree on this. I think used game sales is going to slowly decline over the next 5 to 10 years. And
Yeah, I want a big competitor to GameStop. Maybe GameStop can give you a little bit more bonus.
yeah, I think this can work.
that'd be
If the
nice.
prices are competitive with GameStop, this can work. I think they're just doing 3,100 stores in America, so kind of a test run with it.
I'm one of them.
You are? Okay. I imagine.
Apparently,
it's
I
funny.
am, from what I heard.
What's
So-
funny is
Okay.
my Walmart, my neck of the woods stuff, actually did try to do like sort of used game type of things, actually selling the used games in the store. And the problem with that was there was like all these old obscure PS2 games, and like there was a bunch. I'd say like about 20 different copies of Big Bumpin' for the 360.
Yeah, and that's kind of a weird thing. Where, like, I mean, they tried doing it in the article. They were talking about how in 2009 they actually tried doing this before, and they didn't really move off.
You can actually go to Walmart.com right now, and they have a deal for PS3 games. You can get 3 used PS3 games for $20, and they're good
Yep.
games.
Well, I mean, they kind of talk about
Or some are, anyway.
there's been plenty of other companies, big companies that have tried doing this, like a Kmart, Target, Toys R Us,
Yeah,
that have tried doing.
You have Kmart and Target. I don't think do they get much business? I know.
Well, yeah, but
Kmart
they're
really
big
doesn't.
national companies, though. You
Yeah.
know, they didn't do. Best Buy is doing a pretty good job with it, from what I've heard. I think Walmart do it. It's the biggest company in the world, basically, as far as shopping goes. It is. So I'm curious. And it's kind of used game sales is not an easy thing to. You know, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna start using used games because you got to be able to predict how things are going to go in the future. Like we're gonna get a lot of used copies, so we need to drop this price. We're not gonna give as much money to these people. We're not gonna give them $30 for this game. We're gonna give them 15. So it's kind of and then they got also got to figure out how you want to like allocate the games to certain stores. We're like,
Yeah,
well, this
really.
store's got, you know, I remember I worked at a used game
This
store.
store's got 18 copies of
Thief.
Infamous
Yeah.
Second Son,
18
and
copies of Thief.
this store has 0.
Yeah, I mean, I remember working for I worked for a used game company. It was basically its own a GameStop. There's only 12 stores, in the Arizona, Nebraska, and Iowa, and trying to just allocate those used because 90% of the profit was off used games there, and trying to just allocate all of their games. Like every month we do inventory and everything, and just trying to figure out how we send stuff where. For 12 stores was like a huge process. Imagine Walmart that has, I don't know, 5, 6, 10,000 stores in the United States alone. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting thing. Where I mean, just trying to allocate this all around, like make sure everybody got the right, make sure to drop the prices at the right time.
If Walmart could do it, or if Walmart has like for me, I have 8 Walmarts in the little tri-state area right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did say in the thing,
and
what,
I'm pretty sure Walmart can be a good competitor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Walmart. It'll probably work. I believe it starts next week. But they said they're not going to start doing like selling used games until I think in the summer.
What?
Because they got to build up the stock, obviously. Well, they got to build stock.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, well, they got to build time and because they just. Yeah, it'll be Thief is $15 used on PS4.
Well, the thing about that is, you go into Walmart. How big is the game aisle?
Not bad
Like,
big at
it's
all.
not that big.
Yeah, no,
it's like 4 by 4 sections or 4 by 8, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's like you got
like my
16
Walmart
feet of games.
like the Walmart by me is big, but they're like
And that's good for a game aisle.
yeah. I mean, like my Walmart it's got a good size. Like it's a huge place, but I mean the video game section is pretty small. So what are they gonna like? I'm like, are they gonna take out like the camera section to like add like the used game stuff? I'm just kind of curious like where they get this room from because if people trade in games a lot there, I mean, and also like is the credit only towards other video games or can I like trade in like $8 of video games and buy groceries for the week?
Probably.
I'm sure you can do that. Best Buy does that. You can trade in
so you
games,
can use
get
on
a gift
anything else in
card
the
and
store.
whatnot.
Well, yeah, but they
Like-
all they do is sell electronics though. I mean,
Well, see, I bought I traded in like 8 games, bought a guitar.
Huh.
yeah, I mean, but
Like, so, I was like, I'm sure they'll have an option where you can get a Walmart gift card for your games.
yeah, I'm curious. Like, yeah, they didn't. Really, I don't remember I read. I don't think they really explained that whether or not it's like electronically exclusive.
Only games, only places like GameStop, which is just a game store,
Yep.
actual gift store credit.
Yeah. So it's probably more
Like-
the same, like just a gift card.
Yeah, it'll give you like here's a 1903 gift card.
Yeah, and they also said that they will not be taking consoles. The only video
Yeah, that's a
games.
good idea.
Just like yeah,
Alright, that's understandable.
yeah.
Because you don't want to get ripped off. Like, consoles can fucking
Oh
rip
my
up
god.
people
I
off.
do not trust people just trading in the like a freaking old 360s or PS3s or something like that.
Hey, I'll be honest. Like, I'm not even going to say it. I did something with a broke PS3 that I'm not really proud
Oh
of.
hell, I traded a broken 360 to freaking GameStop once.
Well, see, I bought a brand new PS3, or I bought a used PS3 from a place, and then returned my old one. But,
No, I can understand the console part because I remember like when the 360 first came out, if you had to trade your 360 in, like I worked at a game store, we'd have to sit there and play it for an hour.
Yep.
Why we
yeah,
like to
you
test
got to
it to make
test
sure
that
it didn't
damn thing
overheat.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and customers
God.
did not like that very much. But they sit there for an hour while I played video games to make sure it didn't overheat. Like I liked it. I just got
See,
paid to play football.
GameStop, all they do is turn it
Yeah.
on. I don't even think they do that anymore.
No, like I
Well,
remember
still turn
they
it
played
on,
it for like
yeah.
10 or 15 minutes, and that would be it.
Well, GameStop doesn't really care because they send it to the factory to refurbish.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
nowadays they can and stuff since they actually take the broke products and stuff, you know. But anyway, let's go ahead and start up our next topic here, which is kind of a little bit closer to some of us and stuff because some of us enjoyed the Metroidvania style of Castlevania games here. Apparently, Koji Igarashi, the lead director and stuff, who was responsible for such classic games as Castlevania Symphony of the Night and a lot of the Castlevania Metroidvania style games for the Game Boy Advance, the DS, and also the 3D games for the PS2 and stuff like that. He leaves Konami after working I'm not too sure how many years now, about 15, almost 20 or so.
I think he's been there since like the mid '90s.
Yeah, he's been there for quite a long time.
I think it was his first game was
No Blood, I think. Maybe? Not sure.
I'm trying to think. What was it? 1990. He joined Konami in 1990 and working on Dintana, Ditana or whatever, and then requested to get transferred to Castlevania.
Oh, I see. But anyway, inside some of his little interviews that he's done since like leaving Konami, which was like last Saturday, I think it was, or last Sunday. It was his main reasoning behind that was Konami was going inside a different direction for like the casual type of games and stuff like that. While he had a bunch of his projects and stuff that he was working on get canceled, which prompted him to want to leave and try to maybe form his own studios and stuff. He's actively listening to people who are suggesting, hey, why don't you go back to doing like the 2D style, like Metroidvania type of things, like Castlevania-like, you know? And he's not opposed to these ideas, obviously, but it kind of makes me sad in a certain extent. It's like, okay, no more Koji Igarashi-style Castlevania games. But at the same time, it's like what Keiji Inafune, the creator of like Mega Man and stuff, what he's doing right now with the Mighty Number 9. I could see Igarashi doing the same thing, like making an old Castlevania game, put it on Kickstarter, get that funded and stuff, and yeah.
I'm sure it'd be Indiegogo now.
Taking away all my talking points, Jack.
But yeah, sad to see him go, but I know he'll make some great games.
Yeah, and go ahead, Jack, or go ahead, Knuckles.
You can't really say he's going to make great games. Like, going off on your own is a huge risk. Like, we know, freaking, what's his name? The guy did, Dean Hall, I think. The guy that made the DayZ mod.
Mm-hmm.
He, recently, left Bohemian to go back, because he was homesick, to go back to New Zealand and, to form his own little indie studio. It was like, the guy made one mod, and he got a job at Bohemian and basically made his game. His mod got turned into a game, and now he's going to go do his own thing. And you can't, like, sometimes you get hit and a miss. And freaking, what's her name? The woman that
left Naughty Dog
was, Hennig, I think it was.
Yeah, the one that was quote, forced out of her position at Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the director for
Uncharted.
Who was the writer and director for
the
Uncharted series and Last of Us. And we hope that they that they all land on their feet and do their own thing and do well, but it's kind of tough and for out there especially for
that's very true,
new indie developer.
Yeah, we're kind of, and this is kind of like a big thing going on now. Where a lot of the big developers are leaving big companies, or and they're just like going off and they're doing their own thing. And I respect that completely. Where they're not making the games that the company wants to make that's going to make $300 billion or whatever. They're making the games they want to make that make them happy. Like you see, like indie developers. That's what I love about indie games. It's just like this guy wanted to make this game. He had a passion for this game, and he made it. And this is kind of like these guys are like, we're tired, and like we're in this point now where you don't have to work for a big company to make a name for yourself or make money. You can be your own boss and make a lot of money, be very successful, and be happy. You know.
You remember real quick? You remember the old Blue Show where they talked about that 24-hour indie game festival one?
Yeah, where people had 24 hours to make a game.
Yeah, Notch, he participated in that, and that's where it wasn't where he created Minecraft, but he participated in that, and like several times just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
and I think what was it, Portal?
Yeah, Portal was just some guys.
What was it was like two teenagers, like what was it called again?
I can't remember what it was initially called, but like Team Fortress and Portal were just like guys that worked for Steam. Were just built.
Well, no, it wasn't working for Steam. It was just like indie, indie developers.
Yeah.
That. Oh god, the whole part of Portal was they were demon portals.
Yeah.
And once Valve brought him on, he got changed to part of the Half-Life
series
story.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, I think this is kind of a cool thing we're going into. I mean, like guys like Kojima and Miyamoto are kind of a dying breed. Like even Cliff Bleszinski left.
He's back as a developer now.
Yeah, but I mean, like you look at like these guys that have been like, I mean, the companies that they made and they created, leaving, and like Irrational Games. I mean, even though the guy didn't leave, I can't forget his name right now. The guy from Rune 5. They have the same last name. They basically, instead of leaving, he just changed the company to make the games he wanted to make. And that sucked because a lot of people lost their jobs instead of just this guy leaving. You know, everybody lost their jobs instead of just one guy losing their job. But it's kind of an interesting time we're in where it's like all the great developers are leaving their companies to do what they want. And I'm curious. It concerns me. Like Tim Schafer, he's not working. You know, he had like a little deal with Microsoft there for a little bit, but now he's just doing what he wants to do. Like the Kickstarter thing is a big thing now, and it's just like it's kind of cool and like I said, concerning where the best of the best isn't making the big AAA titles anymore. Like the ones that have been around for a long time, they're making the little indie games. I mean, and they're probably great games, but they're not the full-fledged, you know, those 4 or 5 year games that like the Metal Gear Solids. They're not the Uncharted's. They're going to be like the more old school, like Super Nintendo side-scroller games. And they're going to be great games, but they're not going to be the all-time great games.
Oh, the original name for Portal was Nerbacular Drop.
Oh, okay.
And you played a princess trying to escape a castle.
Crazy how that involves
with
there.
demon portals.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and introduce...
Yep.
I'm actually going to introduce something new and stuff here for, like, a segment here for the show. It's, like, just a random, like, funny type of around-the-world type of news articles and stuff. There was one particularly from this week, which was, like, just really, like, just bizarre or something that kind of touched upon, like, something happening, like, recently in Seattle, where one of the news helicopters and stuff for Como 4, like a Seattle affiliate and stuff like that, one of their helicopter people, like, crashed and stuff, and actually killed, like, a couple of their new, like, their camera guy, their news crew type of, like, weather analyst or something like that. That was released about a few days ago. And one of the direct results here was kind of the around-the-world type of, kind of around the United States type of coverage, right? And then all of a sudden we have this little news article here from, like, the Denver news station. There's, like, actual live television. Get this, it's like, one of the hosts was, like, browsing through, I think it was either his Kindle Fire or something like that, to try to show, like, little bits of, like, images and stuff from this crash. And lo and behold, he accidentally, like, he goes through there was, like, a photo here of Edward Scissorhands, right? It was, like, it was just totally bizarre and nonchalant, but all of a sudden the next thing is, like, a boom, big-ass dick, like, right, like, about a 13-inch, like, fucking schlong, like, with the next picture. It was so hilarious. They cut away from it quickly, and you see the two female, like, news anchors and something like that. They're like, all the gas were like, oh. It's like they've never seen a damn dick before, you know? It's
Yeah, they could be lesbians.
so fucking hilarious.
Hey, just because you're a lesbian doesn't mean you've never seen a dick before.
They could be Mormon lesbians.
Man, all I could say is, damn it, there's somebody down in Denver who is still pretty damn stiff about the Super Bowl. So, yeah, that's pretty much...
Man, they must be... That anchor must have been high.
No, he was pretty, like, on the ball, though, but apparently that,
Hey, man, you want to see my dick?
It's like, dude, that's mine. What if it's, like, a small one, though?
You know,
I mean, would you take credit for it? Like, like, millions of people just saw your penis.
I know, it looked like some fucking selfie or something that he had taken or something from his damn junk.
Like, you can't come back from that. You're not gonna get a date again, probably.
And they actually...
Well, or you're actually getting the great
You know, it's kind of funny. The news station actually went on to apologize for that. It's like, we'll make a better effort not to have these type of images appear on live again.
I'll make a better effort to not show my dick on air.
Exactly. And with that, guys, I think...
I'm gonna let you guys know this right now on this podcast. I cannot promise that. It will probably happen one of these days.
Okay, guys, with that actually wraps up our topics here for the week. So, I'm going to go ahead and start upon the Random Wrestler of the Week, which it's this
Do you want to do the random wrestler of the week, or do you want to have that article?
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and have that article for the week. I'll save the wrestling thing for next week or so. So, Knuckles?
This could be your Battlefield or like your Call of Duty like developers thing, where every week you switch off. Weird story, wrestler of the week.
Weird story, wrestler of the week. This could be Modern Warfare, and the next one could be the self-proclaimed worst game ever, World of War.
All right.
Or Modern Warfare
All right,
3,
Knuckles,
either
why
one.
don't you go into your random Twitter follower of the week?
Well, I don't know if I've done this one before. 40 episodes, I'm not really sure. And a lot of alcohol was consumed between then. But I'm going to go with follow Jordan Carroll. Or Corral, however.
AKA
at
Plugel.
At Plugel.
Yes.
And this is his reply to our episode, or Game of the Generation episodes. And it's like, he has what was that?
Yeah.
Bland face? He has a bland face and he's yelling 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which our episode, or Game of the Generation episode, was more along 3 hours.
Once it got edited down, it was about 2.5.
Once
It was like 2.5 hours with a half an hour of
me.
me going on with my random, honorable mentions. I kid you not.
Name 5 honorable mentions. 25 honorable mentions later. That about wraps us up with about 3 more games here.
Okay, so with anything right here, please go and visit us on our Facebook page for Drunk-Nerds and stuff like that. Also, if you want to visit
Drunk_nerds.
Yeah, Drunk_nerds and stuff for Facebook and stuff.
On Twitter.
On Twitter, it's Drunk_.
Okay, Drunk_nerds and stuff. I haven't been on Twitter.
Drunk-nerds is on Facebook.
Okay.
The fans are confused.
At Drunk_nerds for Twitter. For
What?
Just go ahead and say it.
You're right. No, you're right. You're fine. Go ahead. He's just messing with you.
Follow at Drunk_nerds on Twitter.
Okay.
Like a Twinkie.
And go ahead, you can do the rest. I have faith in you.
Okay.
Young Padawan.
So for our Facebook page, once again, it's Drunk-Nerds, correct?
Yes.
I don't know. You're the community manager, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a community manager. I just need to check. Yeah, yes.
Knuckles isn't, though. It's weird.
All right. Well, that about does it for episode 40 of the Drunk-Nerds, everybody.
Hey, I just pay the bills. Y'all two are the talent.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's very true.
Well, actually, I'm here to edit, and then Jax is like the face of the company.
Yeah, I'm just the nonchalant face.
He's John Cena.
He's the face.
No, I'm not the John
He's
Cena.
what's best for business.
No. Oh, God. I don't want to be John Cena. Anyway, that about wraps it up,
Better than
guys.
Randy Orton.
I have been your host, the Jack of Hearts.
I was Ginger Boy.
And I've been Randy Orton.
Very boring? Is that what you're going for?
Oh, God. Anyway.
Not happy to be here? Doing steroids?
Tired. I'm tired.
Okay, guys.
Damn steroids.
It's 12:20 right now. Okay, I'm tired.
Okay, that about does it, though. See you later, guys. And your time is up. My time is now. Good night.
Good night.
I hate you so much right now, Jack. Route.
Excuse me. Few too many beers there. Anyways, we're on iTunes now, so go on there, check us out, and if you like us, leave us a review, and we'll even shout you out. And Jack will send you his credit card number.